Oh, yeah, boy. You got one for you today? Woo! All around the world, clap your hands like this. King Nubius is in the house from the Razorback area of that smoke. Woo! Arkansas, are you out there? I know you are because I saw you. California, Lisa Love's in the house. I know Seattle's in the house. Congrats, Cindy K. Lane. New York, Jersey, Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, D.C., North and South Kakalaki, woo! Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Detroit, Minneapolis, New Jersey, you heard? Strong Island, where you at? We got one for you today, straight from the Anunnaki Sumerian mothership. King Nubius is in the house. Let's go around the world. Africa, Dubai, woo, Alaska, North and South. Oh, Puerto Rico, Tokyo, Annyeonghaseyo, China, what up, Japan? Yeah, we got you. Ireland, what up? How you doing over there? Woo, England, what's up? Yeah, Colombia, Mexico, ¿cómo está? All around the world for the funk from the front seat, right here, and on the Grind TV. It'll be a good one today, yo. Producer Mr. Mark Lee is in the house. Who says he hears no music? What's going on with that, Mark? I don't know. Sorry about that, Dr. Brookenstein aside. We'll make it work. Not sure why. Mark's still scratching at the glass. I guess he is. I don't know why we heard no music today, but it's all right because I got King Nubius in the house, and he's in the house with us from Arkansas. Sorry about that. We'll figure out that technical difficulty. Mark, I thought you was on that for me. You didn't hear no music either?
I was writing a note to you telling you that, but yeah, it's on your end, so I don't know what was going on that end.
Okay, I have no idea. I apologize to my audience. Without further ado, though, I just want to say all around the world for the funk. I apologize for the music intro, but things like that happen. Technical difficulties happen sometimes, and we just never know why. But can you hear me? You hear me fine? Okay, great. Yeah, that's what I thought. We was fine a little while ago because I tested everything out. But Sir Nose D4 the Funk is always trying to stick his nose in. But if you got a birthday or anniversary or any shout outs today, please let us know so we can post them up. Love is the key, keeping the universe moving. And also if you had any transitions that transition to another level, we with you on that. So, we really, 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 really appreciate everybody that's tuning in. But without further ado, I'm going to bring my dog in. Mark, you get my man in. King Anubis is in the house with us by way of Arkansas.
Hey, what's going on now?
What up, bro? What up? How you doing, man?
Grand day to everyone.
How come I don't see him, Mark? What's up with that? Like, what's going on? Do you know? Okay, that's better. I got it. I got it over here. Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
We disconnected this morning. You know that funk be doing some strange things, man. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Feeling lovely today.
Good, man. So you up in the Razorback area of the world, you know, Arkansas, man, bringing us that deep Anubius King funk type stuff, man. So how you and your family doing? Y'all all right?
Oh, we doing great, brother. We doing great.
Good, good. That's what's up, man. That's what's good. How's the weather over there?
Well, it's a little cool, you know. That's to be expected, you know, around this time of year.
Yeah, yeah, it's the same over here in North Carolina right now. Mark, you getting
Mhm.
any feedback? You good? You good? Okay, great. Yeah, it's weird. Something weird has happened. I don't know. Something with the ionosphere. You know, sometime we have a new guest on, you know, Sir knows we trying to mess with us and, you know, screw up what we be trying to do on that positive tip. But, you know,
Right.
just so we keep Sir Nose and out of here and bring all our ancestors in, you know, I'm going to burn a little incense, you know, and burn my sage and make sure that we do what we're supposed to do today for this show. For
Oh,
my
yeah.
and don't
It's
forget,
all going to fall through.
it always does, bro. Make sure
Oh,
you subscribe, smash that like button. We need that for our supporters. We need that for our numbers. The more you subscribe, the more you smash, the more we can spread around this love and this funk. So we're gonna get rid of all that bad juju that's trying to come through.
yeah. Yeah, we smudging, ain't we? Left
Yeah,
and
we
right.
are, man. We got them, bro. We got them, man. But yeah. So a good friend of ours, mutual friend, Mr. Woolcott, you know, and we was
Yes,
laughing
indeed.
because I was able to do his voice because I love Curtis. And he calls me up and he texts me and I asked him, I said, hey man, what's up? And he said, you know, I got a new guy for you, whatever. I want you to meet this brother. Now this was months ago, but then I
Hmm.
wasn't feeling well. So I'm sorry it took so long to have you. But now that you're here, man, I'm grateful to have you on the show. Curtis, how do you know Curtis? Curtis is a dog.
Yeah. This so having energy just gravitated, you know what I'm saying? We met up like that. Then
Yeah.
I already had knew Victor Taylor, you know, we've been friends on Facebook,
Okay. Okay.
you know.
I
Yeah.
know Victor. Yeah.
Hmm.
Victor,
Yeah.
Victor, Victor's supposed to be coming through this way at some point. We're supposed to do some work together, but he be out there holding that West Coast down, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he's straight funkin' now. Hey,
Yeah.
that brother laying you down for real. He really is.
Hmm.
You know, great work, video shoots and all.
Exactly. So
You
let's go
know.
back to the beginning. Let's go back to the first time you put on a P Funk record of any kind of funk record, and
Woo.
that was
The
your connection.
first, the
Tell
first one I ever put on was Flashlight.
okay, okay,
Yeah, I used to have a fit and they didn't play it for me. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah, I said around that time, about I'll say about 5. I had my first turntable. It had the 45. You know what I'm saying? Played it on there. You know, I mean, I really admire funk. You know, like literally. I remember times like back in the day with Electrifying Mojo, and he would do a segment on P Funk All Stars and stuff. And when he did the Mothership, I actually thought it was actually flying saucer. You know what I'm saying? Like they really came from outer space. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure a lot of people have. You know, a
Right.
profound sound. But what really got me with their sounds was before synthesizers were really into play. Barney World.
Yeah.
You know, and he had certain frequencies that will really hit you. You
Yeah.
know, if you wasn't paying attention to funk, you know, the way he was synthesizing, he was the synthesizer himself, and you could feel that literally.
Yeah.
You know, you had no chance but to dance.
Yeah.
Everybody else funking it, he funking it, and you know, like on the what's the album? Parliament album. Place was that Funkadelic versus Placebo Syndrome,
Yeah.
and I seen the heavy hitters on that. You know, from the JBs and everything. I'm like, that was heavy. That was very heavy production. Up for the downstroke, beautiful. Clones of Dr. Funkenstein, beautiful. You know, And like I said, they really had me between them and Earth, Wind and Fire. They really had me.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You know something about that era of music, which will never be again. We're lucky to keep it alive, right? What you
Yeah,
do
yeah,
and others like you, you know. But that era of music, they all were genuine to themselves, you know.
yeah.
Like they didn't need to sound like the other one sounded. They didn't need to
Right.
do the same show that the other one did.
Mm,
They all had a uniqueness that gave us the musical quilt that we now wrap around us, you know.
right.
And the best thing about it was it was more than just one song on an album back then.
Right.
The whole album would tell a story.
Sure it would. And it even came with a comic book or two.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I
Oh
know.
yeah, tell the tale.
Yep. I know Bootsy once said that and we're hanging out today with King Nubius. You know, we've been brothers from another mothership for a long time. We just reconnected our energy and our spirit and our soul. Please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. You know, it's like when Bootsy said in an interview I saw somewhere where he said that Bernie would speak in colors. Like he
Hmm.
said, Bernie, play yellow. And he would, you know, yellow, play blue, you know, play brown. And that synthesizer mindset that you said, not a lot of people back then even was thinking like that. Maybe Edgar Winter, the White Trash, maybe Billy Preston, maybe, but Stevie Wonder, of course. But other than that, Bernie took it to a whole nother
Right.
cosmic level.
Yeah. I mean, like the Moore's art of funk.
Right, right,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
right. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
He,
Dr. Dre and all of them should be paying Bernie's widow millions of dollars because they sampled everything that man did. You know what I'm saying? I always
right.
say that on this show. I don't care if I get sued. Y'all should be paying his widow because y'all know y'all stole everything he did. But that's cool, bro. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about when you look at yourself as a black superhero and a black man in this world of funk, and you add what you add to it. Um, what gives you pride in knowing that you're able to create this music?
Will give me the pride.
Yeah, what gives
Well,
you pride?
hmm. What give me the pride is that me honoring music, period. You
Right,
know,
right, right,
and by the pioneers paving the way of
right,
doing it. And I
right.
was always linked to music.
Yeah,
Somehow, some fashion, I was linked to music. But I really admire that. That gave me the drive, you know. Most
yeah,
definitely pioneers, you know, dealing with George Clinton, you know, P Funk, All Stars, you know, dealing with everybody,
yeah,
including like Brothers Johnson, Quincy Jones, Barry White. Just hearing all these sounds, you know, this that pierced my ears during the mid 70s, you know. Basically, I came here on the mid 70 level, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
1975. That was a good year to really enter, but
yeah,
funk was at on a stronghold at the
yeah,
time there.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, but I really admire everybody for doing it. It gave me the drive to do it. I was teased about it, you know, because I know how to do different genres of music, you know, from funk rock to reggae to um, house and techno, little jazz, you know, like I said, hip hop, R&B, and I've done all types of tracks. I even mixed the elements just to
right.
see what I can come up with. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to be very experimental. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to music, as they just told Jimi Hendrix, just play music.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Don't even look beyond the genres. Just play music. You
yeah,
know, and you see what you come up with. Yeah.
yeah. Jimmy was such a deep cosmic brother. He didn't even really have to stay that long.
Right.
He's like, listen, I'm gonna give y'all about 15 years. I'm out. You know, I'm going to the next realm because I'm very
Yeah.
bored. You'll still be playing my music 100 years from now, but I don't even have to stay that long, man.
Jimmy had a very high vibration about himself. So I'm quite sure plenty of times he was outside of his body playing half the shit he was playing.
Yeah, he was. He burned because he literally was on fire the whole time. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Literally.
coming up with sounds. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you another artist, and he really didn't get the biggest thing as far as playing distortion guitar. That's Frank Zappa.
Oh God, I love Frank Zappa. Oh my God, Joe's
Frank
Garage.
Zappa, man. Yeah,
Woo!
it's like I got apostrophe the album.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, cosmic debris, and don't eat the yellow snow.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
yeah,
Why does it hurt when I pee?
that's what made George Duke bad.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? That's
right.
what made George Duke. I mean, he altered the way he played things. He just told him, hey, gave him an instrument. He didn't want to deal with it too much. He got to tinkering with it. It came up with a whole nother sound that we heard for years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, that's pretty good.
Zappa, I was fortunate to see Zappa once
Mm-hmm.
in Long Island, where I grew up at this place, the Comac Arena, and everybody in there was tripping off green mescaline, and all of them came out with big heavy coats, and they moved their coats, and they was throwing cabbage at the audience, and the whole place was just like, holy shit. And then he started playing, and it was one of them.
Right.
It was one of them, man.
Wow.
Yeah. He doesn't get enough credit, Frank Zappa. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He really should. You know?
I heard he had some lost tapes with John Lennon. They end up disappearing.
Yeah, probably. You know the media. You know how they do the Illuminati only want certain shit to get out. You know what I'm saying? They definitely. And see, the sad part is, you and I know about this. We keep it alive. We can sit here and lament on how great these people were, and then you ask the average young person that should know it, because it should have been taught in every music class, not just colleges, and they don't know, and that always bothers me. So I'm glad you're keeping that alive. You have a deep variety of stuff that you've been listening to. No wonder your song is so dope.
I listen to everything.
Yeah, I can tell.
Sometimes even opera if need be.
Same.
Like on my shelf, I got like 4 rows of records.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You might find some Beach Boys in my collection.
Same. People laugh at me, right? Because I listen to a lot of Sheryl Crow and Bonnie Raitt. They're like, what you listen to that for? I was like, man, they be writing some serious shit. You know what I'm saying?
There's 2 types of music. There's good music and there's bad music.
That's right. And good music will always last. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
We hanging out today with my brother, King Nubius. This is the first of many, many, many interviews this brother going to be on with us. So y'all smash that like button. Please follow this brother. You can follow his information, King and Nubius, on Facebook and IG. We're going to be debuting, or on this show anyway, playing one of his hot new tracks, Hot Diggity, which I was listening to earlier, when I was getting dressed, and I was like, oh, so we here today. That's why, see, what I do is with my artists, I listen to their songs, and then I dress accordingly. So I went Chi-Town, old school Devin Hester, since they ain't allowed no more pickoffs, So that's where it put me at. It put me right there in my Chi-Town mode. So, bro, that track is hot. And when y'all hear this track, I'm telling you, you're going to put on and lace up your boots, because it's in the mud. It's that nasty sick. And I'm telling you, bro, it's in the mud. We hanging out, and we want everybody to know this show is about peace, love, and harmony. And we're going to get into a lot of different subjects, as we always do, but we support each other. And that's one of the most important things we can do in the world today, especially with the times that they are. Let me ask you, what do you think your assignment, now that we're in these tumultuous times, what do you feel is part of your assignment with the music that you're putting out?
My part of my assignment is put out good music. Put out good music, soulful music. That's my mission, and collaborate with others that's willing to make the same calls as far as putting out good music. 'Cause I know for over the years we've been hearing a bunch of trash on the radio. I don't even listen to the radio. It got to that
Same.
point,
Same.
you know. And for most producers, you know, we tend not to listen to the radio anyway because we really don't want too much mimic. You know, what's out here right now, just running soulless. You know, so I just go back. Only music I listen to is the music off my shelves. You know, and those are study records to me. That's study time when I listen to them. You know, and critique them and stuff. You know, how you can compose different ways. Some things might not be level like how they have high expectations in the music industry, but basically it has fallen because everybody's going independent, which is a great thing. I'd rather for that to happen anyway because so many people got shorted out for the greatest music they ever made on earth.
That's right. That's right. And that's a very poetic way of putting it, and just the fact that you're able to let people know your assignment as well as how you see it, because we all see things differently, but in the end it's all about the ultimate one. Shout out to George the Funk Da Vinci, Dr. Brookenstein, shout out to Lisa Love, all the beautiful people that's tuning in.
Lisa,
Please drop and subscribe, you know, like and subscribe. We're trying to get these numbers up and really push it hard this year. Thanks to my co-producer, Lisa Love on the West Coast, reminding me of that. I love you, LL. But I would like to for sure collaborate with you on some music. You know,
cool.
I know you mentioned you might want to do something for the show, and hey, we greatly appreciate it. But I definitely for sure want to collaborate because you're that kind of keyboard player that would really fit my mindset. And we'll talk about that at another time, man. Let's get back to Curtis for a minute.
Yeah, Curtis.
Curdy, shout out, bro. I know you're busy.
Mr. Wilcox.
Mr. Wilcox, yes. And matter of fact, did this some artwork over here, and George did some artwork. But you know, Curtis was one of the first ones to actually bring my stuff back to life a little bit. Matter of fact, the logo in the top corner there, that's Curtis's work. You know what I'm saying? So his work is always around me. Thank you, sweetie. Curtis has such a kind heart. You know?
Yeah, he does. I agree.
And tell me your experiences when it comes to dealing with him on a intellectual, metaphysical level.
Me and that brother vibe, man. Like we know each other for eons. It be like that with people, you know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily you have to know them for a long time, but you know, old souls recognize old souls. I can put it that way. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we pretty much generate off each other's energy. You know what I'm saying? He's writing and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into it with him as far as like dealing with comic books. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take an interest in that. I love challenges. You know what I'm saying? So give in to the challenges. Yeah. I thank that brother, you know, very humbly, you know what I'm saying, for giving me the opportunity and stuff, you know, and, you know, he reached out and everything. I dug his comic books, you know, dealing with his artwork and everything. Like I said, when he did the first album cover, and I told him what I wanted on as far as the logo, Funk Rock Galactic, and that's a fantastic album that I put together and everything. It's mostly instrumental, you know, because I want people to really get a feel of it. But the second album, I'm planning on having others on the album. That's one of my main goals, you know, is collaborating with some, if all the family, that'd be cool. The whole entire family, if need be, you know what I'm saying, to have a collaboration funk album to throw out a wave throughout the whole entire United States and the whole entire planet, dimensions, wherever it's gonna go, that frequency gonna reach out and make it the most funkiest since Houston. When the mothership Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be on that level, you know. And I thank George, I thank Boosie, I think most of all James Brown, you know what I'm saying, because that was the first wave to where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? Shock G, I gotta announce him. You know what I'm saying? That's another brother that inspired me as far as in the line of hip hop, uh, engaging funk and hip hop.
Yeah.
You
And
know what
we
I'm saying?
just
But
lost a
when the other
pioneer.
brothers,
We can't forget Sly, because
yeah,
Sly
Sly, man,
showed
y'all
them how
Sly
to take
came
it
on.
higher.
Oh yeah, and I got a thing. I seen him doing his thing on that one. You know.
Sly showed them how, because when all of that, like I said, our generation, we had so many puzzle pieces to pick from,
Yeah.
and I don't know about you. I know you are, obviously. We just talked about the music you like, but I was always a huge Zeppelin fan. I was into Kiss for the theatrics, and I was like, I wasn't really paying much attention to what they were playing, but I was more so like, man, these cats are packing arenas, and they
Yeah.
got fireworks coming out of their guitars. They was thinking next level, dimensional stage show stuff. Not
Yeah.
like now today where you got tracks running and you got a billion pyrotechnics, but there's no meat and substance behind it.
Yeah. It was straightforward.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The music straightforward. I got the collectibles.
yeah.
You know, I even got the Kiss dials.
Okay. I could tell. I figured
You know what I'm saying?
something beamed me in to say, yo, this brother was definitely into some G's.
You know, but it's good to listen to them too. You know, especially the Dynasty album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when they tripped off into the disco era.
Yeah. When I first
And
got into them, I was into room service when they was just all dressed in suits, but they had the masks on. I was looking for a P-Funk album, and I happened to see this. I was like, what the
mhm.
hell? Right? So I was like, let me get it, and
Oh
the
yeah,
sheer volume was blowing up my stereo. I told my father, I was like, listen, I gotta upgrade that. I was like, and this little thing here, I was like, the
oh
music is
yeah.
changing, and
Hmm.
if you notice when the music started to change like that, like Yamaha, Pioneer, and all of them started building bigger and better speakers to
Yeah,
handle it because they
yeah.
saw the change coming.
When I first heard some P-Funk records coming out of Marantz
Yeah, yeah,
and the Marantz speakers.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and you know those with the glass tube radios. You know what I'm saying? Have a more
Yes,
warmer sound instead of
yeah,
these factory settings that they got for stuff now that you would have to add things to set things back to where you can make it warm. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
yeah, the music changed a lot. You know, technology. You know what I'm saying is sprung out to a whole nother level. You know, I was thinking about I was talking about it with my god brother Dante Sims. What up, bro? And talking about how the quality of music, as far as making it from the '90s and all the way to this point where we were sampling, and we had stopped sampling after a while because we were like, okay, people's getting in trouble for this. You know what I'm saying? So they like start playing the music, just play it. You know what I'm saying? Also, things was a lot harder then to get out because we didn't have like what we have now today. And we was like, imagine what we had that then. Man, we'll be so far gone right now. I was like, yeah, but hey, you know, timing is timing. You,
That's
you
right.
you're never too old to funk. You're never too old to jam. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Only time that is when you can't get up to get down, and I ain't ready for that yet.
That's right. That's right. And Lisa Love brought up a good point because we can't forget the Betty Davises of the world, the Chaka Khans, the Paulette, the Brides of Funkenstein. We ain't forget them, sweetheart. The Linda Shiders of the world, the Lisa Loves of the world. We got y'all
Oh
out
yeah,
there, man. We
oh
recognize our
yeah,
queens, and I know more and more queens need to be recognized when it comes to this funk stuff. When I first was digging Betty Davis, I was like, damn, even LaBelle, when they came out with that album with Voulez-vous coucher avec moi, but there was a song on there called What Can You Do For Me? And I didn't
right,
realize they had the Neville brothers backing them back then.
right.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
So I was reading the credits one day, and I was like, "Oh, no wonder that shit is so funky." Then they had the Meters as well working with them from NOLA. But
Oh yeah, the meters, man. They jump off. I love the meters.
Yeah, yeah, they be into that thing, man. And there's so many talented, Nikki West now, and all the girls that Prince worked with because he had a stable. Every time Prince started a new band, it was like more new girls. You know what I'm saying? So, and
Oh
they
yeah.
slapping it and crushing shit. So, originally,
I,
Wendy and Lisa and all of them. So, the
I,
ladies of the funk have always been there. So we
yeah.
need to just start constantly pushing them up. The rock group Queen. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Queen was in there. That's right, Lisa. But
I
yeah.
would love to hear the parlettes on one of my tracks. That would be so awesome. You know what
Hey,
I'm
they
saying?
still around. You can make it happen.
Lisa
Reach out to
Love,
Dawn.
yeah.
The bride. Reach out. I'm sure she'll be down with you, man.
And just some, because like I said back then, funk was, ooh, I mean, like I can't say grungy, but it was just, it was it was the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? It still is the ultimate. Like you said, good tunes, they last a lifetime. You know what I'm
That's right.
saying? And
That's
they
right.
put out a lot of great stuff. There's another group too. You remember Shotgun?
Yeah. Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the funky. Yeah. When I heard that track, I was like, "Woo!" I said, "That's a cold one right there."
Yeah.
That made me what I was into funk heavy too as well. Like I said, you had a lot of funk groups. You had stuff that was in Detroit. That wasn't only just like Funkadelic and Parliament running around, but you had other groups. You know,
The Detroit
Undisputed Truth.
Mitch Ryder.
Yeah, Rolls Royce. You know what I'm
Brainstorm.
saying? Yeah, man. Yeah. And then there's another group I love too, Mandrake.
Okay.
And
Okay. Yeah.
Mandrill.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And there was a group coming out of the D, besides chairman of the board in them, and that's my friend Ken Knox. But there was another group that they were one of the forefathers of the punk rock era. I think they were called Black Death.
okay.
Yeah, remember them? And
Yeah.
they're just now getting the credit that they deserve for to it. Mark, I sent you a message about Nubian Nut. Did you get that? Look in the thing. But anyway, they were ahead of their time as well. Mandrill, of course. So let me ask you this, and then we're going to take a short pause for the cause and shout some people out and get back to it. Then we're going to come on the other side, and we're going to play your track, Hot Diggity. We're hanging out today with my dog, my main brother from another mothership, King Nubius, down there in the Razorback era of the world in the deep funk, And I woke up this morning at 6:30, and I was like, "Oh man!" I was in a panic because I was like, "Oh man, I forgot. Like they're an hour behind us." That's why when I sent you that text, it was more for me than you. Obviously,
I'm glad you signaled me though.
Obviously, you see, yeah, because I was like, I knew there was one little thing I was missing, and then I asked Google what time zone is Arkansas in, and then they told me. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Hey, I was up here early. Hell, I was excited yesterday when I got the call. You know what I'm saying? I
was glad to talk to you, man, because again, this is the first of many, man. And hang out with us, man. On the other side, y'all smash that like button, subscribe, go to King Anubis on Facebook and IG. And y'all can find him there, and follow up with this brother, man. Because when y'all hear this track, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna want it. I heard it. So hang out for a second, man. And we're gonna take a short pause for the cause. We're gonna run a few spots and shout out a few people, but we'll be right back. Come from the front seat, not on the grind TV, every Saturday, each and every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. on the West Coast, and somewhere in Pacific Time in the middle of the country.
It's straight funk.
Hour before, hour behind. All right, y'all. Hey, what's up? All my true funk soldiers, club funketeers around the world. This is your host of Funk from the Front Seat, number 9 right here, come to you from the funk universe that I live in. Check this out, man. Smash that like button for Funk from the Front Seat, and please subscribe. We're on every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. West Coast time. Don't forget, man, Funk from the Front Seat, 9 on the Grind TV. Smash that like button and please subscribe, man. We need it all to come together. Peace, love, and harmony, y'all.
It's Peppermint Patty. Hello to everyone, all of our Club Funketeers all around the world. I want to say this to you. You're watching FFTFS on 9 on the Grind TV every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern to 9 a.m. Pacific. Oh my goodness, what a wonderful show it is. And it's with our Club Funketeer, who? Zach. On the 9. Zach is the vice president of the Club Funketeers. So we lift him up every day and we thank him for keeping the funk alive. All right, go ahead. Let's do it, number 9. Peppermint Patty.
What's up, Royal Funk fans? This is Lisa Love, aka Alpha Unk Omega, coming to you from Love's Temple here in Southern California, inviting you to 9 on the Grind, Funk from the Front Seat with Zach Robinson. This is what I want you to do for me. Tune in every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come join the meeting of minds. I guarantee soul's growth and high vibrations, not to mention the love. Keep it funky, y'all.
What up, everybody? This is Kevin from the Kevin Harrington Experiment, and you're watching Funk from the Front Seat with my brother, Zach, Funky Number 9 Robinson. If you didn't know, now you know.
Hey, y'all. Linda Shiner here, talking about my brother from another mother, Zach Robertson's Funkin' from the Front Seat podcast. It's Saturday afternoons, 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, and 10 and 11 in between. We talk about, I'm on there sometime, we talk about politics, music, of course, what's going on in the world, and whatever kind of floats our boat that day. So y'all check it out. Like I said, Funkin' from the Front Seat, Zach Robertson's podcast, Saturday afternoons, 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock West. Peace.
Hey, this is Keith Jackson with P-Funk Radio, inviting you to check out my brother Zach Robinson with Funk from the Front Seat, Saturdays, 12 noon on the East Coast and 9 a.m. on the West Coast. It all happens on 9 on the Grind TV and also on YouTube. Great guests, great conversation each and every Saturday. That's Funk from the Front Seat with Zach Robinson on 9 on the Grind TV and YouTube. Check him out.
Yeah. And also JTRP, P-Funk Radio, Gabe Gonzalez, Robin Circular P, Larry Funkster Jones, Philly Phil, and also David Webb, Funk Chronicles, DJ Coccolino, David Brooks, of course, Patricia Dioria, Curtis Wilcox, and George the Funk Da Vinci, Brooke Clagett, the Funk Angels, Afterglow 92416, Q&A Entertainment, OC, MC, Nappy Funk Army 2.0, Tony Cameron, the Funk All-Stars, Bootsy and Patty, of course, and all the beautiful spirits and people that tune into this show all the time. Mark, give me a thumbs up if you got that thing that I asked for set up. And also, we're going to bring back to the stage right now our very special guest today. For the first time and many more, we got King Anubis is in the house, and we get ready to get in on the other side of this track. I'm going to let you set it up for us before we play it. Tell us a little bit about Atomic Dog and how it influenced you in certain areas of the music production and writing.
Well, during the 80s, when that came out, that was one of my most favorite records, you know what I'm saying, along with the album. And I wanted to reach back to that time frame by creating Hot Diggity Dog. And it had very heavy influences, you know, when I made that. You know, I just went into a zone. I mean, I said, well, that type of funk, that was all right, especially for the 80s, going to a whole nother new age from the 70s or from like late 60s. So it really inspired me to do that, you know, and hit them synthesizers the way I hit it. What was funny about me making the track, my dog, when you heard say I'm bouncing off the firmament and you heard that, my dog had whined like I was about to crack the firmament. So it was like all the creativity in it. I was like, you go ahead now, you on the record. You know what I'm saying? My
Right.
dog helped me out.
Yeah. See, that's how it works. You know, animals can sense our musical creativity and frequencies.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's always animals are cool. Like I got fish, and when I put on something, you know, classical, I can see they be in one mode. I put on some funk, they be in another mode. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
speaking of
yeah.
which, I didn't feed them this morning, but they good. They got plants to eat.
Yeah. But Tommy Dog, you know, that was like, and then fries go with this shake and all that. You know, that was a profound sound. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear George do something.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But I want to take it all the way back to like Flashlight era. I would love to go all the way back, like I said, the Westbound sound, but it's up to date. You know what I'm saying? Where higher technology is putting out those frequencies.
yeah.
You know, and I know we got to be careful with frequencies that we use. You know,
That's right.
especially
That's right.
Power
Power. Yep.
very destructive. You know what I'm saying? And some people they don't respect the fact, not only because that they some will intentionally do it on purpose, but those who do not know and don't have the knowledge of when they playing with tones, these are frequencies. This is energy, you know what I'm saying? And it transcends whether it's helpful or harmful, you know. We have to have some care for it, you know what I'm saying, not misuse it.
And the record industry knew what it was doing when it started switching shit up. It knew exactly what it was doing. That's why we got so much stirred up out there now.
Yep.
But you got people clamoring to hear this song, man. So you know they're gonna run it. We're gonna run it. Here we go, hot diggity, and you sit back, relax, y'all, and let's take this ride.
Hot diggity dog. 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 I'm off the 9 to 5, trying to get lit. I got hella funk bouncing off the firmament. Funk rock galactic, underwater snapping with a baseline funk. Watch fish shake they bump, watch the shrimp do the hump. Yo, we call it freaking and funk. And this all folks, ramming on the funk. It's hella dope, yeah. 1 funk, 2 funk, 3 funk, 4 funk, 5 funk, 6 funk, 7 funk, 8 funk, 9 funk, 10 funk, 11 funk, 12 funk. Bounce, rock, roll and skate. Have you had your funk today? Bang, get loud, it's the dose today. Okay, sucker, bumping 3,000 watts, straight to your ear hole, right through the speakers and tweeters. Oh. Hot diggity dog. 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 Diggity dog. Diggity dog. Diggity dog. Hot 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 diggity Hot diggity dog. 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 Hot diggity
And that
Yeah.
bounce, bruh.
That's that feel good.
That's that doo-doo, as we say. That's that doo-doo, bro. You know?
Funk Galactic.
And y'all can follow that for sure on Facebook and IG, man. Thanks for letting us debut that. You know, it has that, like, I'm going to lay back, sipping on gin and juice, smoking the Indo, you know?
Most definitely, I was there.
I can tell, man. I can tell. We got some nice comments coming in too. You know, George Funkovici and, you know, David Brooks and everybody comment on the track, man. Let the brother know what y'all think of the track. Now, Lisa Love says she loves it. Yeah, for sure. You know.
Thank you.
Wilkenstein. And he's the man, the deep man in that funk, you know. Let me see what other comments we got here. George Funkovici. I know I saw one of your comments. Oh, hold on one second. Man, so what else do you have in the shoot that you're working on right now? You know, that you're going to be able to collaborate and drop back on the show in a little while and let us know what else you're doing, bro.
Well, since I didn't finish this project, all I'm doing for the project right now is putting in the inserts to mend all the tracks together.
Right.
Yeah. And so there's gonna be some extra things that's not on YouTube right now that's gonna be on that album. But after the completion, I'm already one track into the next album.
Right.
It don't cut off. I don't care if I'm working, if it's an off day, I'm gonna put in some time. You know, automatically. You know, and I got plenty of music. I got like an archive. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. You know.
Yeah.
And some things I go over. You know, but when I played the distortion guitar through my keyboard, I just took my mind off the planet. You know what I'm saying? Then I was thinking about Eddie Hazel, Hampton, you know, Snyder, you know, playing. So I just took myself, you know how you channel energy, and even Jimmy.
All the time. I
took myself there, and then I got to a point where when I was playing it, I closed my eyes playing.
Yeah.
That was the most magnificent part about it. I closed my eyes playing it, free-handed. You know what I'm saying? I've been practicing doing that, just like, say, like performing and I'm doing little tricks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just blindfold me, let me play it. That's why I see that it wasn't really too hard for Stevie Wonder to play in the inner vision that he has. Yeah. You know, you have your feel, you have your tone. Yeah. It's like you can see them beyond. You know what I'm saying? With your eyes closed.
Yeah. Stevie, you ever watch his hands? He kind of plays keyboards like he's reading Braille.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how they have that. They across like that. And over the years, I always watched them. You know, because they have guys for decades trying to decipher his chord structure, and they just can't figure it out. But you got some nice comments. They said you got a West Coast feel, a Star Child up in there, man. He's definitely thinking outside the box, you know, and a lot of people are feeling it. And now that, you know, we was able to drop it on this show, you know, we'll keep it in our regular rotation and play it like loop or whatever, man, you know, doing our breaks or whatever, man. We're hanging out today with this good brother, funky brother of mine, you know, brother from another mothership, from the Razorback funk area of the country, you know what I'm saying? Arkansas, you know, King Anubis is with us, you know. I got a stepbrother down there somewhere, bro. I kid you not. I got a stepbrother and stepsister somewhere in Arkansas that I hadn't seen since I was like high to a bumblebee. But I know that's where they last were, man.
Man, I got a lot of cousins in Little Rock. I don't even know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, you never know. You never know. We might be the kinship for real. Even though we are now. So get back to something you said before about frequencies and tones. You know, I'm very much into that myself.
Yeah, because you know how the folks were making fun of Andre 3000 about the album that he played the flute. I thought it was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because he was unlocking, when people be so congested with everyday problems, you know what I'm saying, stress or, or dealing with anxiety, and I felt those tones where it will relax you. They was used to doing so much of doing the Outcast era, Oh, we want to see more of the rapping and everything, hear more of the rapping, but he took time with himself. And I really dug that, what I'm saying, to do something different.
Yeah.
To the point where some MCs like, man, I'm gonna sample that, man, and put it in the track, you know what I'm saying? Taking clips and everything and then routing onto tracks. I said, well, either way, he made his high mark with that. You know what I'm saying? I honor that, so dealing with frequencies. That's one brother that respects frequencies as well. I know. I respect frequencies. They must be played at its freshness, you know what I'm saying? Not the harmful frequencies. Because these frequencies not only they'll harm you, but like say like when they had these parties and raves and stuff like that, and then we know it's drugs out there, one of the drugs, and that they when these tones hit them, it do things to individuals in a different way, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Because of
right.
different individuals,
Yep.
and it could be harmful. A lot of it is harmful,
Yep.
but I advise people, you know what I'm saying, when you get into music, when you start off getting into music, make sure you start to learn about the frequencies before you deal with frequencies.
That's
Because
right.
you
That's right.
yourself, you know what I'm saying? You lock yourself in and do something harmful. You hook yourself and don't know you hooking yourself with. There's certain
That's right.
frequencies is living entities too.
That's right. And you know what's was interesting? I know with the drugs and molecular DNA and frequencies, they put that out on purpose. So what they'll do is they'll have that other stuff popping. It will rearrange your molecular DNA inside your body. It coincided, like you said, with the drug that you take, and before you know it, you're a completely different person, and you're
Yeah,
doing a completely different thing.
because that's what they was doing at Howard University. You know what I'm saying? Taking a study of what effect that music does to people.
Yep.
You know, and they took it and used it as a weapon.
Yeah.
You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? It shut down a lot of people's insight and everything, put them to sleep. You got music that put you to sleep, like straight to
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah.
Whoa. You had to think about it. So, like a lot of the music that's out here, like mumble rap, and
Yeah.
they saying all the same thing. They flashing all their money. You know what I'm saying? Skinny jeans on. You know, got your boxes showing and stuff like that. And you can tell that's a very low frequency about itself.
Yeah.
And because those songs that they have, it ain't gonna be years from now. People really gonna be listening to them because we're going into an era of healing
You,
and
you know
waking
what
up.
I hate? I hate when I pull up next to somebody or whatever, and they got their little kids in the back of the car, and they
Oh,
just destroy and melt in their brain.
right.
I mean, literally, with the lyrical content and the vibrational mumble jumble and the
Yeah.
frequencies, they got us destroying ourselves from within. And
Yeah.
these
That.
young people got to understand rods and cones in your ears, once they lay down, they don't regenerate.
Right.
So you're making a whole generation of kids blind, deaf, and dumb because
Yeah.
the ears, the eyes, the nose, and the throat are all connected. That's right,
Right.
Lisa. Low frequency, new equilibrium. And see when and sometimes like I know a lot of these people carry guns, so I don't really want to say something, but
Right.
sometimes I feel compelled to talk to them about this because
Right.
they don't know any better.
Right.
They're just stupid like that.
Right.
It's ignorant. And I hope y'all are watching this show, young people, because I'm telling you, do not put your kids in the back of a car blasting that crap because you're destroying them. You're perpetuating exactly what they want is to kill us.
I agree because like Michael Jackson was talking about when the songs were made, and it's this mantra. and they repeat, they remember this, what I'm saying, by memory, and over and over and over again, what I'm saying, and they harming themselves with this bad karmic mantra that's going on. You got positive side of things. I wouldn't say good or bad. I'll say just negative or positive. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it fair based. Um, I advise parents to put on some soul music or something like that. Maybe they want to take a study to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you lead your children to the right path if they want to deal with music later on in the future. You know, because you got kids out here today right now don't even know who Tupac is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who the Fat Boys is. You know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. Or beyond that, who the OJs? Who's the Isley Brothers? Who's Funkadelic in Parliament? You know what I'm saying? Who's George Clinton? Like who was that? Huh? Who? And I had to name a song. Oh, so
Yeah.
someone they know something of it, but not deeply as far as taking studying records and how things are made. But yeah, that frequency thing. Not only dealing along with frequency, the food,
Yes.
what we consume as
Preach.
liquid,
Preach.
and all that between that, drugs, processed foods, and all this kind of stuff. Yes, it does damage. It shut down the pineal gland because what it does, it calcifies.
That's
But now
right.
we're at age now where they got things where you can, where you can decalcify it. You know what I'm saying? You can use like lion's mane. Lion's mane is good for like people that had like some type of like brain damage, some neural nerves. That's good for it. You got chlorophyll. Chlorofresh basically is like a body deodorant, also a body detox, that we must have. Along with a list of others, what I'm saying? It goes on and on. But I just don't trust pharma. You know what I'm saying? Pharma has done a lot of things that we can question. And if anybody didn't learn from when I say 2020, we didn't learn from that as far as becoming self-healer. I don't know what to tell you.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That was, to me, that was a Holocaust.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was right for people to be forced, and they hard workers in certain jobs like CNA operatives and all that kind of stuff had to take it. They didn't have to take it. All they had to do is make a stand because OSHA don't control that type of thing anyway. And if they would have read that like Sunday football game that you knew most definitely was going to win and win the bet, I wish they had their energy focused like that. But it blew my mind when it first set off. And everybody going out buying toilet paper. What is toilet paper going to do? What is it going to do? Misinformation. Even with religion, a lot of people don't like talking about religion because the conversation is based off of belief. And belief is known as an opinion when it goes down to its origins. As far as facts, I'm saying? Okay,
that's right. That's right.
Conversation could ride, I'm saying, to the same like minds. And even if the information sounds a bit different, you may be saying the same thing in some conversations, and you learn how to agree and learn how to disagree.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot that's going on with that, but we're in the age of where we're really waking up. People don't know what AI, if it's AI or it's not AI. The only best thing I can tell everyone is that tune in to self. Let everything else stay outside. Let loose the box in the circle and free yourself. Good thoughts, bad thoughts, ask your father. Big time. Like I said, it's greatness that we wake up, especially playing funk in this era. I knew funk was gonna go nowhere, even though they try to hide it in the churches. Shame on y'all.
You know what's funny? When you mention religion right now, like I said, I come from that. I'm an outcast of my family because I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in the Bible like that. I know there's some nice stories in there, and I know there's some parallels woven into what I actually study the universe in there. But there's no way a person can take something, a thought, right? And then once that thought is put down on paper, it becomes something else. You know, it doesn't, because the kingdom of heaven comes from within. You know, so once that thought is put down on paper, then it becomes like, well, it may have a lot of truth to it, but it wasn't the original. Like, yes, there was a man called Jesus, I'm sure. You know, he walked the planet. It's a fact. And it's coming out now more and more that they found out Jesus was a Rasta. People got to get hip to that. He learned from that. He learned from the Buddhists. He learned from all the teachings around the world, because you can't have a cat do stuff and then disappear and then come back when he's 36 years old. But between 18 and 36, you're gonna tell me there's nothing. So where did he go? What did he do? Why did you take out the book of Enoch? You know, why are there so many different facets of control when it comes to the main thing that they tried to pin on us? What did our ancestors study? There's so many different facets of how this universe works. And I tell my nephews this all the time, the ministers, I say, listen, I love you all, but it ain't always the one way. You know, there's one, but there's many different ways to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So,
and then you have it in certain circumstances where you have preachers and ministers and deacons. They know these things, but they know not to tell it because they know that they will be out of their occupation. They can't run it like that. And now these days, church has become a business.
Yes, it is.
501(c)(3), you became a business. So the thing is, they really never needed that. And when they did that, they took themselves out of sovereign mode completely. Now the police coming up in the churches, the Catholic Church and everything with weaponry. You know what I'm saying? So basically you disarmed yourselves.
I don't know what's going on. Mark says I'm getting some interference on this end. So Mark, come on and ask his brother a question. I'm gonna go out and come back and see what the problem is. All right.
Cool, I'll do that.
Hey Mark.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, brother.
Oh, good. Yeah, I thought you were over there in Arkansas. Arkansas has some rich history in terms of music, in terms of definitely sports and other things. I definitely know some things about Arkansas. What brought you to Arkansas, and what are you liking about that area and everything like that?
Well, what brought me to Arkansas really is to get a peace of mind, find out if I'm truly the bad person, that, you know, like they say, the black sheep of the family, you know what I'm saying? So I want to do things on my own, you know, and family here and everything, you know. And like I said, just to have a peace of mind, to see I can do everything by myself, which I have done pretty good. Never had a want or a need to, you know, go back for any help or any family members. Not to say that I don't love them, anything like that. I love them so much. I love them dearly. But sometimes you have to fly on, get on.
That's right. Hold on 1 second, Mark. Is it on my end or is it on?
I'm not thinking about it. I think it might be on Damon's end because I'm still hearing it now. I wasn't
right, because I didn't think. Yeah, it might be something on your end, like the reception a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be because it happens with you know, because I know you're on your cell phone, and a lot of times that'll happen. But stage time, that's right, Lisa. She right, she on it. She right. Get the stage ready. Because we teach it, they don't want that.
No, so you know they're gonna drop the frequencies in there, so we'll tread light. But we still get the point across. But yeah, but like I said, yeah, dealing with frequencies, that it must be dealt with the right way. But I really have plans to really do a lot of projects. You know, like I said, I want to work with a lot of the P-Fuck family, you know, Funketeers. Because like I said, I would love to have a compilation album being done with everybody.
You
mentioned on the album, yes.
You mentioned earlier about your jazz roots and your blues roots, and definitely Zach knows I got a lot of talent to that as well. So, what is the Arkansas music scene like? Because a lot of people that are watching this show may not even know what the Arkansas music scene is like. So, what is the Arkansas music scene like in all of the different
Mark, it might be on your end, Mark, because you sound like it.
It's weird, right?
I think it's on your end. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what question he asked you. Something about Arkansas.
answer to his question, like, okay, you got MCs around here like Danger the Mac, Temper the Don, RJ Rude Boy. I name, you got A1 Entertainment, and a few Chris Eccles, in this town, what I'm saying? And them brothers, they put in their work, what I'm saying? I heard they have talent as well too. Uh, as well as like Memphis. I had moved to Memphis back in 2008, end of 2008, yeah. And I learned how to do their style of music when it came down to like trap music and stuff like that, trapped out beats. Because I always wanted to have it where I could do something to everything. So if it came down to marketing, I wouldn't have just one thing or one style of music to, to present. And I
Right,
can go,
right.
I go east, I go west, I go north, I go south, and all around and about, But I was always told to learn how to do different music anyway, because just in case if rap so happened to, deplete itself, is totally gone. You know what I'm saying? So I say, yeah, you're right. You know what I'm saying? But it's still gonna be around because I can see its longevity.
Yeah.
But here in the States, rap took to a whole nother toll where, like the up to date stuff, it ain't too hot. But like people like Nas and Karis One, coming out, Public Enemy just dropped another album, and they still going in hard. I'm like, that's what I gravitate towards too. And any person that's young out there that's listening to rap, I'll call it rap. It's not hip hop. What I'm hearing, hip hop back in the day, to like Biz Markie and them, was beatboxing. You get off the stage and they were like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't consistent of long bars. You know what I'm saying? Like anywhere from 16 to 32 bars. You know what I'm saying? As far as where hip hop goes, high infinite power healing our people. That's the name for that. But like I said, here around Arkansas, they got different talent. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really too much like wanted to start off things here, except for what I'm doing personally, and go elsewhere first.
Yeah.
Then let it swing back around.
Yeah.
Which is a good move to do. You know what I'm saying? So like I dealt with artists like Tina Rizzle, Trashy Don over there in London, Malta. And I got two videos, Keep Rocking It and Have No Worries. That was the first two videos I ever been on. And I just shot like my own video and then sent it over there. You know what I'm saying? So we can travel without moving with all the technology that we have, so we ain't gotta always be there. Unless it's like live events, which I want. That's another thing I want to get to. The live events that everybody be having, I was like, man, everybody having fun. I was like, I need to travel. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, the financial thing, which we all going through, financial up and downs and stuff. And that's also another thing as far as dealing with like coming out with vinyl and CD and stuff. But I don't have a worry about it and or wondering how. It just is. Manifest it, it'll come out to a whole, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's just really
manifestation in this business is huge. It's a huge part. Now we're still getting some interference. I don't know what it is. Maybe you might have to go back out and come back in, Damien. But it's cool because it is what it is. But
it's
could be the weather, Mark said.
Is audio? Hold on, let me see. Okay, how that sound?
How does that sound out there, y'all? Y'all good?
Still getting a little bit.
How it sound? Is all right?
Still interfering.
I can still hear him well, though, here. I still hear that little interference, but it just could be the phone.
It could be the phone, it could be the weather. The weather, I think where he's at, and weather where we are as well. Hey, just really quickly, because I know there's something that is always of interest to Zach and everything. What is the music festival and music club scene like in Arkansas? Have you found that niche market in your state yet? So what's the scene like in Arkansas?
Repeat the question again. Trying to hear you clearly.
What's the music and festival scene like in the state of Arkansas where you are now?
Where I'm at now, I haven't really been any to really say that, but I know Nashville, they have a lot of things popping off in Nashville, it's in Tennessee and stuff like that. We really don't have too much like entertainment popping off as far as performance here in Blytheville, Arkansas, but more like videos, They're more structured into the video thing, Now, I know when Club ET was open, uh, you had people to come in, like, like A1 Entertainment and stuff. They would perform there when the club was open at the time then. Um, or you had like Pleasure people that would come through, or Future, some of the other artists and stuff. So, other than that, I really haven't been to no festivals here because we really ain't had no festivals. But that would be cool because we do have the Ritz here, the Ritz Theater. See, we all band together, come up with something, and have everybody travel here. And give them a show. The connection to that. That would be cool. That would be the beginning as far as them doing that here. I mean, because it was I forgot who it was that came here. It was somebody that came here, but it was at the Ritz. But like I said, stuff like that need to happen more often here. You know, um, or just outside of Blytheville, like you got Jonesboro, you got let's see, you got Gosnell. Ain't too much popping off out in Gosnell, but in Carruthersville, and all these other different places. But like I said, we have to get something going here mainly. Because it's totally different here in it's a smaller town.
Yeah.
But so I expect to really be out like in the bigger cities doing something. Where heavy venues is popping off and stuff like that in nature. Uh, but other than that, Arkansas do have a lot of talent, and most definitely here in Blytheville.
Well, you're definitely welcome to come on and join the Napier Funk Army ship. We always got plenty of room. We recruit from everybody. So now that you're a funk soldier of ours, we'll make it work. I plan to do some major stuff coming up in 2026. And we apologize for the noise out there, everybody. Sometimes technical difficulties happen, but there is a lot that's going to be popping off in 2026 and 2027. As we continue to grow, we want to run that track one more time. I want that to bounce us out, and then I'm gonna bring you back on and let you get the last word in. But it was a pleasure having you. This is the first of many. We just touching base and just scratching the surface on our reintroduction. I met you many centuries ago down in Atlantis. And then I met you even before that, when the Greeks was trying to run shit. You know what I'm saying? And we was watching them too, So I saw you standing guard by the pyramids, bro. One of mine for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like we say, blood is thicker than blood. It's been really cool to learn about you and hear your experiences and share your journey and your story in this funk war. Because I call it the funk wars because that's where we at. They trying to take it. But right, it's the funk wars. That's where we at. So we all got to band together. And I just want to say this, and I know you might feel the same way. You can comment on it. We got to stop the bickering. We got to stop the backbiting. We got to stop all of the he said, she said, kind of stories, because that only makes it worse and harder. There's enough for everybody to eat. So you don't have to punch down on people. You feel me?
Well, yeah, most definitely this time of day, because these times is very karmatic. Karma, it settles equations. So yeah, in this time of era, and we're going through a shift right now. So yes, it's best to be cautious and be careful the way we think, especially before we go to sleep at night.
That's
and
right.
and when we get up in the grand rising, make sure your thoughts is right. And don't go out lopsided. Sometimes a lot of us can't help it because of different issues in life that we may go through, or just you're gonna go through it regardless or not. Every day to me is a test. For you to elevate and make a better version of yourself. if you're seeking to do that, you have some that's not willing to, or they're too broken to do so. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's right, man. Hang tough for a minute, because I'm gonna bring you back on the other side, but I want to run your video again, bro, because I really like it.
Hot diggity dog. 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 I'm off the 9 to 5, time to get lit. I got hella funk bouncing off the firmament. Funk rock galactic, underwater snapping with a baseline funk. Watch fish shake they rump, watch the shrimp do the hump. Yo, we call it freaking and funk. And this all folks, ramming on the funk. It's hella dope, yeah. 1 funk, 2 funk, 3 funk, 4 funk, 5 funk, 6 funk, 7 funk, 8 funk, 9 funk, 10 funk, 11 funk, 12 funk.
Bounce, rock, roll and skate. Have you had your funk today? Bang, get loud, it's the dose today. Okay?
Sucker, bumping 2,000 watts, straight to your ear hole, right through the speakers and tweeters. Oh. Hot diggity dog. 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 Diggity dog. Diggity dog. Diggity dog. Hot 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 diggity dog.
I'll be blasting that in my car today. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I'll definitely be blasting that one, man. I'm gonna give you the full screen, bro. And any last words and thoughts that you want to talk to the people and shout out, feel free. Take your time. Ain't no rush. It's been a pleasure having you here on Funk from the Front Seat. You're welcome back many, many times after this. And, this is just the beginning. And I got to thank Mr. Curtis Wilcox. Thank you for hooking us up again, bro. Appreciate you, Curtis. You the dog, man. So I'm going to go ahead and let you take us home, bro.
Yeah, man. I really had fun today. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, this really lifted up my spirits. You know what I'm saying? Not a nervous bone about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just there. I'd like to give a shout out to Curtis Wilcox. You know what I'm saying? Victor Taylor, Lisa Love. Y'all, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all inspired me as well. Brother, you cold with the artwork, no doubt about that. I like to give a shout out to my family here, my wife, my children. You know what I'm saying? Most of all, the ancestors. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that trail that led me here. Always follow your dreams, you know what I'm saying, and your plans to be successful, especially in the line of music. You know what I'm saying? Don't have no doubt. Don't never give up. Don't give up at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it took you about 50 years or 40 years or 30 years to get it. When your time is your time, your time is your time. Um, me and Zach was talking about earlier about the Average White Band, between them, Funkadelic, how they did the live concerts, and what was the difference in between the two recordings. With Parliament and Funkadelic, lyrics was pushed in the forefront, and the music pushed in the back. You know, that music they was playing was waking up folks. Had a lot of melon just bumping out all out the speakers. But Average White Band, they took theirs and did it different because their music being played different, where they would take the music and put it in the forefront and then put the lyrics in the back. You know the difference when you play the records and the CDs. But I'm not gonna keep everybody long. I appreciate you, Zach. Cool, bro. And yes, I will come back. I feel very welcome. I thank everybody for tuning in and subscribing. Thank you for the love and support and listening to my track, Hot Diggity Dog. I got many other tracks that's on the Funk Rock Galactic album, and I got it on YouTube. So I will be sending links so you can listen to some of the other tracks on the album before the whole entirety. So basically, it's an EP mode. So we're gonna go on ahead and jam. As I say, play on player. Love y'all. Stay up. Be positive.
Yo, bro. Kudos to you. Kudos to your family, your tracks. Thank you for spending time with us, getting up an extra hour early for us East Coast people. We be setting the sundial early. We set the tone for the whole country. Like, get up. But
Hey,
yo,
when we get up, it's time to jam.
it is. All jokes aside, though, man, it's been a really cool experience. Thank you for riding the front seat with us, because now, we got so many passengers, we just make room for another brother, and you and your family, y'all come through on us, man. So it's like, we always here for you. You got anything new, or, it just don't have to always be on a Saturday. You send me something and say, yo, I want you to check this out, or I want you to post this, or, whatever it may be. You part of the front seat now. So, feel free, to dial us up and dial in, man, and tap into this thing. We're gonna rerun this show. I'm gonna see if I can play with a little bit and see if I can edit some technical stuff. But I'm gonna have Mark play with it too. But I think it could be because, like, a lot of times on cell phones and stuff, weird stuff be happening. I know that. So maybe next time we could try a laugh or something on your end or something else. But, for the most part, I got to say, this has been a unique experience meeting. You're the first guest we've had on from Arkansas. So that's like you're the very first, bro. So I'm honored, man. I think about all the people I've had on from around the world and the country and different states, so now I can check off Arkansas, man, and that Razorback funk.
Hey, you never know. I might come out with something called Art Tunes.
Hey, man, I ain't mad at it. Whatever it may be. And I know you're working on a theme song for me, so I'm going to hold you to that. All right, bro. All right, for everybody that's been watching today, it's been great. Thank you for joining us, man. We're going to leave on this note because this is how I wanted to start, but we had technical difficulties. So this is how I'm going to end. I love y'all. Come from the front seat, 9 on the Grind TV. Smash that like, please subscribe, and I'll see y'all next Saturday. I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, I don't know what either. Hold on.
That's so crazy, man. That's so crazy today. Did you test it?
I did test it.
And what happened? It worked?
It was working on this side, but I got an idea. I know it's not working, but I got an answer for them.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. I got it covered, bro. We're going to go out on this. Today was one of them weird, like, I don't know what kind of days it was, but it was one of them weird ones. Don't even worry about it.
You know, it's however you feel, but you just have to fit it between that space, that little space that you got, which is one. You know, one. You know, one. And then you would try to fit your different notes, but you felt in between it, like, you know, and that's the funk. You know, and you can change that. You know, and that's the funk. And you can change that.
True essence of the funk is the power of the one. It's the power of the one. You know this funk has just begun. You can lean on me. Let your mind be free, Bob. I shall not won't die. But I need the funk, baby. Benson, hit back. essence of the funk is the power of the one, Bob.
One!